So it's been a little while since I've done a giveaway here on my channel. So today we're going to be giving away the watch that we're looking at. So definitely stay tuned to the end of this video to get details on how you could actually win this watch. And the watch that we're looking at today is the Touraine Subnautica. This is a micro brand. They don't make a lot of watches. However, this is kind of their first serious watch. It's their first dive watch, and it's an homage to an Omega Seamaster 300, the vintage Omega Seamaster 300. You get these turned lugs. It's a 40mm case. We'll get into all the specs in just a minute. So let's take a look at some of the details on the Subnautica from Touraine. So here's the watch. This is the actual watch that we will be giving away here on the channel, so definitely stay tuned to the end of this video for details on how you can win this watch. This is the Subnautica from Touraine. This is an automatic dive watch with 200 meters of water resistance, so you're getting a screwed-in crown and a screwed-in case back. Automatic movement inside this watch is the Seiko NH35, so you're getting a very reliable movement inside this watch. It looks very familiar because this is an homage to an Omega, the Omega Seamaster 300, a vintage reference, which I'll throw a picture up of on the screen so you could see what I'm talking about. There are a few brands that make homages to that exact reference, Veyer being one of them, and actually this watch really reminds me a lot of Veyer, not only in the look but also the quality, very similar in quality to those watches there, dive watch. This gets a domed sapphire crystal, it gets a ceramic insert in that bezel. Let's listen to the bezel action really quickly. .120 click unidirectional bezel, sounds really good, does not move. No wiggle in that bezel whatsoever. And of course, 120 click, it's a little bit faster than I normally would like, so it's not as tight as I normally would like. But that being said, it is very, very secure and sounds really good. The bezel itself, the markings have sort of an old radium color. I'm not sure if it's lumed. We will find out at the end of the video. I'll do a lume shot before we talk about the giveaway. The dial here is a pebbled texture, so you do have a textured dial on this watch. You have a very pronounced minute track, and then of course you have the indices. Those indices are painted onto the dial. You also have the logo below the 12 o'clock. Above the 6 o'clock, it has Subnautica in an orange script that matches the hands, and then it says automatic 200 meters, and that's really it. That's everything that's on the dial, except for, of course, the date at the 3 o'clock, which is a white background, and is meant to counterbalance the 9 o'clock. Then you have the hands. The hands are in orange. All three hands are in orange, same color. And you have sword hands for the hour and minutes. And then you have a needle for the second. That second hand looks like it's completely painted in orange. I'm not sure if there's any lume on there. And of course, we'll do a lume shot towards the end. 200 meters of water resistance, as I mentioned, and it says it on the dial. So you do get a screwed-in case back. The case back here is solid, and it does have the Touraine logo on there, just a little bit of information about the watch. The bracelet here is a solid link bracelet. It's an oyster-style bracelet with polishing down the center and on the sides. I'm not a huge fan of polishing down the center. It sort of dresses up the watch a little bit, and I don't like that. And of course it does scratch, and eventually these links will scratch. However, that is a personal preference, more or less. Some people might like polishing down the center links. That's just personally my preference. Then there is the clasp. The clasp is an off-the-shelf micro brand clasp. It has only 3 positions of micro adjust. It's on the smaller side. I've seen these on many watches. It is signed with the logo right there. It's obviously flip enclosure, double push open, and it is all pressed. Now, considering the price on this watch, this is definitely forgivable. We'll talk about price in just a second. Screwed in case back, screwed in crown, and the crown is signed again with that logo from the brand. And you can see on profile, again, this looks a lot like that Veyer. It looks a lot like that Seamaster that I mentioned before. Very grippy crown, Really, really grippy actually, and the action on the crown is very, very good. This is a 40mm watch. If you're measuring at the bezel does sit basically flush with the case. You have a 6.9mm crown, 14.5mm thickness, including that very domed sapphire crystal, as you can see right there. If you're measuring at the case is around 45.5mm lug to lug. It does get male end links, as you can see, so it does wear bigger than its said dimensions. So that means it's wearing around 53mm if you measure at the bracelet. So there you go, really good looking watch for a very good price. The price on this watch is $249 right now on their website. If you are interested in this watch, definitely go check out their website. It is a really good deal right now. And this is a really nice watch for that price. Today on my wrist, I have my IWC Ingenieur Perpetual Calendar Flyback Chronograph in grade 5 titanium and ceramic. This was obviously a Grail watch that I purchased this year. I love this watch, and I've been wearing it over the past few days, and obviously I have it all set. So it's actually the 26th. This video will be airing tomorrow on the 27th, and I will be giving away this watch this Sunday. So definitely stay tuned. Let's take a look at the Subnautica on my 7.5 inch wrist. Well, there it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is a very good looking watch. The colors that they chose here for the bezel, the markings on the bezel, and obviously the indices, very, very nice. I'm not sure what is lumed. We'll find out in just a second, but I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 40mm watch with a 14.5mm thickness. However, it wears thinner than that because a lot of that thickness does come from that extremely domed sapphire crystal, as you can see. So it does wear snug to the wrist, and then you have about a 45.5mm lug span. If you wear this on a bracelet, obviously it's a little bit bigger than that, so it's around 53mm, including the bracelet. Well, this is a very pleasant surprise. There is a lot of lume on the indices and hands. However, the bezel is also lumed, and it is lumed very brightly. Everything is lumed very brightly. Very legible in the dark. The only thing I would say is that the second hand is not lumed. That's the only complaint that I would have about the lume. You guys know I love to see a little bit of lume on the hand so I can see that the watch is working in the dark. However, since there is so much lume on the dial, as that hand passes over some of the lume, you could definitely see that it is working. A really great lume, especially considering the price on this watch, $249. I will put a link to their website down in the description below. Very solid watch for that price, especially considering you're getting all this lume, domed sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, automatic movement. Just a really nice watch for that price. So what do you have to do to win this watch? Rules are very simple. Obviously, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, add a comment down below. Tell me what you will do with this watch, why you like this watch. Really, any comment will do. And then, of course, I'll be giving away this watch this Sunday on my live stream that I'll be doing on Whatnot. I'll put a link to Whatnot down below. All you need to do is sign up for Whatnot. You don't need to buy anything, and you could join in to the giveaway. All you need to do is be in the room, and of course, subscribe to me on Whatnot. And when I go live, I'll be giving away this watch. I'll also be doing some auctions for other watches on that live stream, so definitely stay tuned and join me this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Whatnot. That's really it. Guys, tell me what you think of this watch down in the comments below. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and then of course join me on Whatnot for your chance to win. Anyway guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.